Hi, everyone. I'm here to talk about an awesome topic, a tale as old as time. I'm here to talk about the topic of love. So, here in my empty mug of love, I wanted to discuss. A lot of people, they have a lot of different views and opinions on what they think love is, what they think love looks like, what they think love should be, how love feels. So, I wanted to ask you, viewers, I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to discuss and also give you a side of how I think about it because it's a topic that seems to cause enmity, cause peace, cause war, cause connection, cause strife, cause discord. It makes people feel a lot of different ways, is what I'm saying. So then, can love really be streamlined to one definition? For example, Webster's dictionary might have its specific definition on what it might feel love is or what it might think that love is, but is that really what love is? You yourself. How do you feel about love? When you daydreamed when you were a child and you looked at your perfect dream in the future of how you wanted to be in love and what love was supposed to feel like, what did that look like for you? Did it look the same for someone else? Did it look the same for your neighbor? Or even the matters of family love. Everybody has different kinds of families. And if love were just one specific thing, then shouldn't all families be alike? Shouldn't all love tales and love stories be exactly the same if love had a one true definition? I think not. I think love doesn't have one definition. I don't think that you can define love by any one person's particular needs. This is what we're talking about. The topic of what is love. Let's go. So we introduced this whole topic last time. What is love? Have you had time to think about it? Well, I've not really been thinking about it, but I have a couple of things to say. Well, regarding love, I think it causes a lot of issues, and I think that it makes people feel that they have to meet some sort of expectation. Why? Why does that have to be the case? Why does love have to meet an expectation? Why does it have to be defined in one particular way? Because it makes people not want to be a part of it. For example, I don't care much for it because I'm like, what is really love? You know, love can be familial love, which everybody feels their way about it, and I have my personal matters concerning that. It can be parental love, which I personally have experience and am part of that because I am a mother myself. And for me, that is I guess, the only connection of love that I can coincide with. Now, any other versions of love, like this whole like lovey-dovey emotional type thing between one person and another, I think this is the laughing matter because you might love one person one day and literally not love them the next day. And literally love another person the exact next day. So then is love supposed to be a forever thing? Is it an emotion? Is it lust? Is it a wave to ride? Is it like just like a wind gust? I don't think anyone really knows. Because if love were an emotion, if love were a feeling, emotions come and go, feelings come and go. Feelings are not really real. They're just a matter of like, senses, sensatory objects, and we can go into the psychological aspects of it later and like you can bring in your psychologists and stuff. But we're just talking about the simplistic matter of what love is. How do you feel about love? There's going to be a lot of people that might feel a certain way. They might feel that they have the most ordeal relationship, the most lovey-dovey perfect relationship, but that has problems. Human beings are not perfect. You love one day, you might tolerate the next day. So are we loving each other or are we tolerating each other? You might have love for someone, but do you actually love them? You tolerate them. So we have to begin to be real with the aspect of what love is. And we can no longer say it has one or two definitions or it has to be this way, the perfect love story is this way, because no. Even if we jump into the matter of marriage, That's something we can discuss in the next episode. Because that in itself is a whole fairy tale swing of how people feel love is. Let's continue to talk about it. So, marital love. What is that? Marriage. What is that? You have your definition, I have my definition, he has his definition, she has his definition. When we look into the origin of marriage and what it really came for and what it really had its purpose in, back then, when you look at the time frame or time frames of those times, marriage was a way to consolidate war, to bring peace, to bring dynasties together, to allow kingdoms to coexist and have peace amongst one another. Those were the purposes of marriage at that time. Did the king and the princess really love each other? They tolerated each other. They might have grown to love each other because they had to fulfill certain marital duties. But in most cases, the king had his mistress and the queen might have had her lover. Then, if she had her lover, did she really love the king that she was married to? These are questions that nobody really talks about. However, on the foundations of what marriage was at those times and how it has progressed throughout time, in many cultures, it's almost still the same, where these arranged marriages are to bring peace amongst families, to allow, families to continue to flourish and exchange of dowries and things of this nature. And so marriage became a means to continue to succeed as a family and stay in a certain hierarchy, as it was initially. So then we fast forward to our time today in an American story, and people have created a kind of sort of American dream version of a family, where it's guy meets girl, falls in love, head over heels, forever and forever, have a child, and then, so on and so forth. Whereas even at that time, previously, the purpose of even getting together, like I said, for the consolidation of war, or coming together to have peace, or, bring hierarchies together and continue to remain in a certain class, even the matters of having a family, producing an heir, was for that continuation of the hierarchy to remain within those certain families. So once again, like I said, fast forward to today, why, or what are we really looking for when it comes to marriage? We're creating our own fairy tale, and we have to be real about that. Marriage has its purpose, had its purpose, and if you look in today in generation now, does it still have a purpose? Where now feminism runs rampant. And it's funny that I say that, right? Because I'm a female, but it's running rampant, and the head of the household is no longer the man who's the head of the family, where marriage thrived under that particular order. So what are we doing today? Are we creating marriage to be the love story? Or did we want the love story to end in a marital situation? Are the two really supposed to coincide? The reason why I'm speaking about this is because we've been asking, and I've been asking, what is love? And marriage jumps into this particular, category as, people fall in love and then they get married. Not all people that fall in love and eventually get married. Even in history, great lovers, unfortunately, were not able to get married, and those were the greatest love story. Romeo and Juliet, the Titanic. These were extremely great love stories, but unfortunately, they never got married. But their love is what we continue to know today. So, I continue to ask then, even when it comes to marriage, should that even be considered in the love factor? This is something we should think about. Let's go. So I'd like to wrap up this week's segments on what is love and leave you guys with something to think about. What is love? It could be the question that you want to ask or have answered for yourself, or you might want to answer it for yourself. You might want to ask someone else and have this question continue to populate. Ask your coworker, ask your cousin, ask your mom, ask your dad. Ask these questions a lot more so that altogether we can come to a concise understanding of what love is, because I don't understand. And I do not agree with love having to be one specific definition, defined in one way, expected to be one way, thought to come about in one particular way, thought to end in marriage, thought to end in a family. It doesn't have to be how you say it. It doesn't have to be how he says it or she says it. What do you say? So let's talk about this. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go.